We don't celebrate our heroes enough in this country. So many of our heroes, we chastise them. We bring them down. It's jealousy, it's hatred. Umona. Heroes that we don't acknowledge. Greats. After Nelson Mandela, we always go, nobody else can live up to that. Yeah, but there's small levels of greatness. You don't even have to look far. For instance, our great sign language interpreter. Tamsanga. Yankees. The man who made it all happen. Huh? He was there at Nelson Mandela's memorial service. A service that the whole world was watching. And because of that, the service was translated to everyone all over the world. Translated into all languages, including sign language. And so Yankees was there translating for those who didn't understand. Unfortunately, he also didn't understand sign language. Which is a small problem. A problem that he didn't let stop him, people. Where others see obstacles, he saw an opportunity. People go, he's a con man. He's a bloody, how could he do something so deceitful? Yeah, you gotta go, how could he do something so deceitful? That man Yankees showed something so powerful. He's a role model to the children. Because he showed that you shouldn't listen to what people say you can or cannot do. If you believe in yourself and you work hard enough, anything is possible. People told him his whole life, they're like, Yankees, you can't do sign language. He was like, we'll see about that. Bitches. And he did it. He did sign language for the most powerful people in the world. Every single one of them, Yankees was on that stage doing it and doing it well. Nobody even suspected him. Nobody. People were just like, he's doing his thing. People ask questions. Where did he come from? Did he sneak? He didn't sneak in. He'd been the official sign language interpreter for the government for the last 5 years. Yeah. Official for the last 5 years. And apparently before this, people have complained. But obviously the complaints fell on deaf ears, so nothing was done about it. And so he just carried on. And now he was here, the biggest event of his life, signing for the world, signing, just making it up in the zone. Nobody suspected. I suspected though. I did. No, I did. Let me tell you why. No. Let me tell you why. Not because I know sign language, but because I know my president. And if there's one thing that's specific, is when Jacob Zuma reads a speech, right? Jacob Zuma reads a speech. He's a very deliberate man. He's very calm, very measured. Takes his time. The rhythm is the most important thing. And Yankees didn't match his rhythm. I knew there was something wrong. You remember this. Zuma was there reading Mandela's Wikipedia page, right? And while he was reading, Yankees was doing totally different, like the rhythm was wrong. Zuma was there like, and thereafter, Nelson Mandela went to Robben Island for his imprisonment. Term and to fight for the rhythm didn't match, right? Zuma was on page 1, that guy was on like page 17 or something. It didn't match up at all. It's almost like Zuma was translating sign language for us. That's how slow it looked. Sorry, I haven't practiced, guys. It didn't match up. None of it. But Yankees did it. He stayed there in the face of adversity and he fought. Yeah. He did sign language for everyone. We've got to ask ourselves questions as well as South Africans. We don't ask enough questions. For instance, did nobody think to ask him how he could speak every single language in the world? Every leader came from countries everywhere. They spoke in their language. Yankees translated for everyone. Did nobody stop to ask, Even for a second, the president of Brazil is standing up there. Nelson Mandela está στο pai. Nós de você, de casa, do gosto muito, pelado que estava pesado. Nós do Yankees was there. Did no one say, hey Yankees, you can speak Portuguese? I'm in the zone, Baba, I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone. Did nobody think to ask? He did sign language for everyone. The ambassador of China was up there. 가도시, 전도이 넬슨 만델라. 다도 입시부 다도 신주의 공부로 빠도시. Yankees was there on the side. He just made it up. He made everything up. And he did a great job at it. He did a great job. But then, like a true South African, he just took it too far. Enough wasn't enough. That's our problem in South Africa. That's all it is. We don't know when to stop. We take it too far. The same thing happens with tenders, all of these things. Guys are stealing houses and everything. I go, guys, I understand you want to steal. I understand that. I understand. But if you get a tender to build 10 houses, steal one, build 9. At least 9 people have houses. Don't steal all the houses. Somebody's going to notice. And then you can't steal more houses. But no, we want it all in South Africa. We take it one step too far. That's what Yankees did. He had done it for everyone. He'd done a great job. The best fake sign language the world had ever seen. He had gotten away with it too, until Barack Obama came up to speak. This was a speech that was going to be performed by the most powerful man in the free world. 90 million people watching that speech. This, my friends, is the point where you pack up your little bag of tricks and you call it a day. Not Yankees. If I was Yankees, that's where I would have called it quits. I say, hey, Yankees, next one. Who is it? Barack Obama. The whole world is watching this one. I know. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Hey, my fingers are cramping. I've lost my voice. Sorry. Oh, no, not Yankees. They're like, Barack. He's like, I'm there. And he was. Doing sign language for Barack Obama. And they found out that while he was doing the sign language, he kept on using the same signs over and over again, right? The few real signs that he actually knew. And apparently all he knew was four things that he kept on doing repeatedly. And those things, they asked afterwards, real sign language interpreters, they found that he was doing this, right? Which means greetings, yeah? Greetings, he kept on doing that. Another one he loved doing was circle, yeah? Circle. One of his favorites was smoking, yeah? And every now and again he'd go, get a little bit of that. That's all he did, over and over again. Can you imagine that? Nelson Mandela's memorial, Barack Obama pouring his heart out. There he is, Barack Hussein Obama and Yankees. As Americans, Nelson Mandela's a man that showed that through peace, you could free not only the prisoner, but also the guard. Nelson Mandela's a man, he's beyond a man, he's a legacy. A legacy I could never aspire to be, but we can all look towards. And for me, Nelson Mandela showed that sometimes in life, you gotta go the hard way. You gotta say the things that matter. And always remember to do what counts. I could never be Nelson Mandela. Can you imagine how horrible it must have been for every single deaf person watching that speech? Imagine what it must have been like as a deaf person watching that at home, sitting there. That must have been the craziest thing they've ever seen in their lives. Deaf people just watching going, hello? Hello? What? Why is he talking about smoking? Why is he talking about smoking? We're going to talk about Nelson Mandela.
I'm talking about, talk about now. What wrong? Why are you talking about? What? Hello? Why did he? This is the worst speech ever. There's something wrong with this guy. Barack has a smoking problem. What the hell? Talk about Mandela. This guy, what's wrong with him? This is the worst speech. I can't listen anymore. This is horrible. This is horrible. Tell me when it's finished. I can't do this, man.
That speech must have been ridiculous. By the way, that's only the second time I've ever told a joke about deaf people, ever. Only the second time. Told one joke when I was starting out in comedy and then I stopped because I believed you shouldn't make jokes about disabled people. It's the wrong thing to do. It's wrong, you know. And I never did it again until one day my life changed. I got asked to do a show in Sun City. I was asked to do a show. Sasol was organizing a going away party for the South African Paralympic team when they were going out to London. And so they invited me. They said, Trevor, we'd like you to come and do a show to perform for Ama Kroko Kroko. We'd like... Oh, you forgot. You forgot that that's the name we gave our Paralympic team. Not a nickname. That was our official name. We had Ama Pogo Pogo, Bafana Bafana, and Ama Kroko Kroko. We called our Paralympic athletes Ama Kroko Kroko, which means the broken things. A bunch of crocs. That is the worst thing you can call a disabled person ever. Ama Kroko Kroko. That is what we call. You got Ama Kroko. That's probably what Reva said to Oscar that night. That's the only thing I can think of. Don't you call Ama Kroko Kroko? Ah! Ama. So anyway, I was doing a show for Ama Kroko Kroko, right? And because I'm there, I did no jokes about disabled people or anything that could be seen as offensive. I did nothing like that. And after the show, I was meeting some of the guys. Everything went well. And one of the athletes came up to me. And I'll never forget this till the day I die. He came up to me. And he was partially deaf. And he introduced himself. And he was a fan, a great fan. And he was like, hey, Trevor. Hey, man, how are you? I said, hey, how you doing, buddy? How are you? Good to meet you. Good. He said, yeah, man, great to meet you. Great to meet you. I'm a big fan. I said, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I said, yeah, dude, I love your stuff. You know what? You have subtitles because, you know, sometimes I don't get it because I'm partially deaf. I was like, oh, I didn't even notice. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I didn't even know. I just thought you had an accent. That's cool, man. That's nice to meet you. He said, yeah, that's cool, man. I didn't have a question if you don't mind. I said, yeah, go ahead. He said, how come you never tell jokes about deaf people? So I'm sorry, what? I don't tell jokes about deaf people. He said, yeah. How come you never tell jokes about deaf people? So what do you mean? So well, you tell jokes about everyone. Tall people, short people, black, white, everyone. But I've never heard you tell a joke about deaf people. Why? So you've never heard me tell a joke about deaf people? Yeah. No, man, not like that, you stupid. No, man, you're an idiot. I said, no, dude, I don't know. I don't make jokes about deaf people. He said, yeah, why not? I was like, because I shouldn't make jokes about deaf people because if I did that, then deaf people would be hurt and they would be offended. Why would we be hurt? It's not like we don't know we're deaf. So I never thought, I thought I was protecting you. Protecting us from what? From laughing. We also want jokes. We're deaf. Yeah, we know we're different, but we still want the same things. I was like, yeah, but you know what's funny is you say I must make jokes, right? But even if you're cool with it, you know who will complain? People who can hear. Yeah, they'll complain on your behalf because that's what people do. They get offended for other people. They'll be the ones going, oh, Trevor Noah's an asshole. He made jokes about deaf people. You're like, so? Why do you care? I said, because it hurts. It hurts. He's like, dude, you're a comedian. Suck it up. Hey, it's easy for you. No, dude, just make the joke. If the jokes are funny, people will laugh and then we move on. I was like, yeah, you know what? You say that. But then what do I do if they complain? He's like, dude, if they complain, then complain. Okay, you know what? Go do the joke. Go do the jokes. And then, if they complain, you must do what I do. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, just don't listen.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things?
Scotland taught me so many things. Beautiful place, beautiful people, rich in culture. My favorite thing to do while I was there was just try and learn the Scottish accent. I butcher it, but I don't care. I have fun. What I do when I travel is I try to speak to people in their accent and see if they can catch me out. It's one of my favorite games. Like I'd walk into a store in Edinburgh and I'd just be like, "Good afternoon. I would like to buy a pair of shoes." He'd be like, "Where are you from?" "I'm from Scotland." "Aye, what part?" "Johannesburg." I love it though. I love accents not just because they sound fun and it's an interesting thing to do. I love accents because I'm always impressed by how much power they have over us, over our minds. When someone speaks a certain way, it changes how we feel about that person. For good and for bad. We do it all the time. You see some people in the streets, they speak to you, you think of them a different way. You see world leaders, they speak a certain way, you think of them a different way. Barack Obama, one of the greatest examples of that. Everything about Barack Obama was by far the coolest president that has ever existed. Just everything about the man, That confidence, the smile, the swag. When you notice Barack, I would notice it in the small things. Like when he'd step out of Air Force One. He did it like no other president in the world. Normally presidents step out of their airplane in like a frumpy manner, there's no class or skill, just like come out. But Barack, he wouldn't step out, he'd emerge. He'd emerge like he was stepping out of the plane and into a music video. He'd just do that thing where he'd come out. And then he'd go down the stairs, doing it the only way he could, The way he descended, it almost looked like every time he hit the ground, he was just gonna go into verse 1, Just straight in, just like, "Girl, I wanna take you there, give you my Obamacare." Oh, man. Barack Obama's just too cool. He had the walk, he had the talk, and that was the big thing a lot of people never realized about Barack Obama, is the talk. That's what really gave him the edge. He has a certain way of speaking, a certain voice that commands your attention, makes you feel about him a certain way. It's the accent, the way he speaks. And I don't know how many people realize this, but Nelson Mandela had the same thing. Yeah. See, the thing Barack Obama has in his voice, that is the voice of a first black president. Now, a lot of people didn't notice that because he was the first and last first black president of the United States. So you wouldn't know to compare. I'm lucky in that I've gotten to be, I've gotten to live in the country of two first black presidents, namely Nelson Mandela and Barack Obama. So I know what I'm talking about. They both have that thing. It's just difficult to hear because Nelson Mandela is obviously South African and he was older, but they both had that thing in the voice. When Nelson Mandela would speak, a room would silence. You could feel the energy.
"I believe that every person, regardless of the color of their skin, should have equal rights, and they may never be taken again. To those who would seek to oppress, I say to you, never and never again."
And the people would lose their minds, and people would feel the chills because he had that thing. Like Nelson Mandela was destined for greatness because of that voice. He could not be a normal man with a voice like that. You can't do normal things with that voice. You are destined for greatness. You can't just be running around in the streets,
"And the Kit Kat, please."
No. It's so unique. You can't be silly. What are you making, prank phone calls? Who the hell is this?
I'm not telling you.
It just doesn't work. I remember when Nelson Mandela was still alive, and he would tell jokes at press conferences and events, and no one would laugh. Because everyone thought a man who had been in jail for 27 years couldn't make a joke. And yet he still did. He still kept what was him. But it was partly because of that voice. He would tell the joke and it would just sound too epic for people to laugh. Everything he did, you know, it'd just be like, knock, knock. He'd be like, let him in, let him in.
No. You must say, who's there?
He is so right. We've always got to ask, who's there? Who's here? Who are we? Oh my God. It was because of that voice. The first black president voice. And I'll never forget the day I saw a picture of Barack Obama meeting Nelson Mandela for the very first time. It's a beautiful image, and it's of the two men in silhouettes. In Chicago, Nelson Mandela sitting in a chair, Barack Obama leaning over him. And this was way back in the day. This was before Barack Obama was a blip on the presidential radar. He was a junior senator. Not many people knew his name. Back then, he was driving around in his own car, no motorcade, had his aide with him. And that day, they heard Nelson Mandela was going to be in Chicago meeting people. Barack Obama wanted to meet him his whole life. And so he rushed over there. And he was the last person Nelson Mandela saw, the last person he saw that day. And I always imagine Nelson Mandela was sitting in the room, and his assistant came over. She was like,
Mr. Mandela, I know we said we are done, but unfortunately there's just one person who would like to meet you, sir.
I was like, Zelda, I'm so tired. Can we leave?
No, I know you want to leave, Mr. Mandela, but there's a young man that you really need to meet. His name is Barack Hussein Obama.
Barack Hussein Obama. He's American.
Yes, that's correct.
He's going to have a tough time. Where is he?
He's right outside the door.
Okay, show him in. Show Barack in.
Okay, I'll be right back.
and she went over to the door.
She's like, Mr. Obama, Mr. Mandela will see you now.
And Barack walked in. He was super excited to meet his idol. Nelson Mandela was sitting on the chair. He looked over.
Young Barack, how are you?
And Barack was like, oh man, Nelson Mandela, man, this is the craziest day of my life, man. I can't believe this shit right now. I can't believe I'm meeting Nelson Mandela for the first time, man. Oh man, I waited my whole life for this moment. I'm like, I won't be just like you, man. I read your books, man. I saw what you were doing in prison. I was like, I'm gonna be the first black president of America. I'm gonna do the same things you did, man. I'm gonna win those votes, and I'm gonna be the first black president of America. And Nelson Mandela was like,
Not with that voice. You will scare the white people.
oh man, Nelson Mandela, this is the greatest day of my life, man. Oh, I don't even understand how you know, man, I just want to know from you, how do I do it? How do I do what you did? How do I become the first black president?
Well, first things first, we need to change that voice. You don't sound like you are going to lead anything.
I don't know what you mean, man. I don't know what you mean.
You are speaking so fast. Slow it down. You are not being chased anymore.
I never thought of it like that, man. I never thought.
Slow down, slow down.
Okay, I guess I do speak fast sometimes. I could
Slower than that.
I could slow it down. I could slow it way down. Is this good?
That's better. Now, you need to make sure you add some bass to your voice.
I don't know why that's an issue.
Imagine if I spoke like this. Do you think people would have voted for me? No, I would still be in jail. Bring some bass.
Okay, I could try to I could try to bring some bass. Is that
Lower than that. I could go lower than that. Is that good? Lower than that. Lower, way down. I could keep it here. I can keep it here. That's better. Now, very important. To be a first black president, your patient must be powerful. Every word must seem like the last you will ever speak.
Wow, that's powerful, Mr. Mandela. Let me try to speak like that. Does that work?
That's good. Very good.
I can feel it.
Yes, now for the magic touch. To be first black president, you need to have the husk. No more husky. That's it, you are getting it now. That's it. I think you've got it. Now repeat after me. America.
America.
No, the husk. Bring the husk back. America.
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 America. America. Yes, I can feel it. Say, this is my country.
This is my country.
Yes, this is my dream.
This is my dream.
Yes, I can feel it. You are going to be the first black president.
I don't know. Do you think we can do it?
Yes, we can.
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 You've got it right. Now go get them, my nigga.
Just think you can think about. Because conquering is one thing. You go to another country, you take what's theirs. You want more. You take the land, you take the resources, you kill the people. That I understand. But colonization, I don't condone, I understand. But colonization is strange because you go there and you don't just take over. You then force the people to become you. That is such a strange concept. When you think about where the British did it, I mean, they did it in Africa, they did it in Asia. And think about in India. Those cultures could not be more diametrically opposed. And out of nowhere, the British just decided to roll up. Imagine what the Indians must have felt like on that day. Minding your own business, walking through a field. Next thing you know, the British showed up on horseback. Hear ye, hear ye. By order of Her Majesty the Queen, we have arrived. You over there, what is the name of this land? This land over here? This is called India. Well, my good man, I am here to tell you that India is now under the British Empire. And I'm glad that I can tell you that India is exactly where it was yesterday. No, I feel you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm letting you know that we're here to colonize you by order of the Queen. Who is the Queen? The Queen of England, the ruler of Great Britain. She who was ordained by God. Which God? God, the one true God. There are many gods, my friend. What is the name of your God? There is only one God, and his name is God, and you too shall worship him. You want me to worship a God, but you don't want to tell me his name? What are you talking about? There are many gods, okay? There is Shiva, there is Lakshmi, there is Hare Krishna, there are many gods. What is the name of your God? His name is God. You don't know the name of your God? It's just God. Is it like mommy or daddy? You want me to worship your God, but you don't want me to tell me his name, huh? How am I going to pray to him? What do I do? Every morning I go to wake up and I pray like, oh, dear God, I was hoping that maybe God, you could help me. No, sorry, not you, other God. No, other God. No, not wrong God. No, God, I was trying to talk to other. No, you're right. I should have asked for her first name. No, God. No, other God, please. No, God behind that God. No, not you today, God. Other God. You're right. He told me he would know I was talking to, and I don't. No, other God, please. That God on that. No, that God. You. Then I wonder why my prayers are not getting answered, huh? How dare you speak to me like that? Do you know who I am? No, because you never introduced yourself. I have come here representing Great Britain. And I have never heard of Great Britain. Who gave you that name? Well, we did. You called yourselves great? Isn't that a little presumptuous? Shouldn't you wait for other people to tell you how great you are? Huh? Shouldn't you just go around the world and just do good things? Then people go, oh my God, Britain, look how great you are. Well, I beg to differ. I believe we could do it because we knew instinctively. We are Great Britain. Well, in that case, welcome to Great India. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. How dare you speak to me like this? Look, you're the one who dares to speak to me, okay? I was here minding my own business in my land. You came over here riding on your skinny cow, telling me that things are going to change. I don't know who you are. All I know is you are really crazy, okay? You're not feeling too right, and I didn't want to say anything, but you look like you're going to faint. In fact, it looks like you have died last week, okay? Something is very wrong with your skin. You're not looking good, my friend. Maybe you should come down. We have a curry. We talk about this. What are you talking about? I look quite normal. You do not look normal, my friend. I've never seen anybody with that complexion in my life, okay? You look like you're playing hide and seek with the sun your entire life. I don't know what is happening, but that is not how a person should look, huh? I can see your veins pumping through your skin right now. Do you know how creepy that is? Pumping. If I was your doctor, I don't need X-ray machine. I just go, what is problem? It is your kidney. How do I know? Because you're translucent. That is how I know. Damn you, we are going to run this country whether you like it or not. We are not going to do anything you tell us. You're a madman. We are going to take it. You're not taking. We're going... She's all yours. Take. Don't play nice. Take.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things?
One of my dreams came true. I got to go to Switzerland for the first time. One of my dreams. If you don't know this about me, I'll tell you why it was such a big dream of mine, right? My mother is a black woman, Xhosa woman from South Africa. I grew up in South Africa, right? Molweni. My dad is a Swiss man from Switzerland, white man, right? And so I never got to go to Switzerland. And then when I got the chance, I never really made the time, and then I couldn't go there. And then finally now, we went to Switzerland for the first time, and it was liberating. You know, because here's the thing. My whole life, I've always felt like my dad didn't really love me, okay? And then now, when I went and met him in Switzerland, I was like, no, he's just Swiss. They're all like that. It was a bit weird, though. It was a bit weird. I tried to surprise him, though. Right? I tried to surprise him by learning German. We hadn't seen each other for a while, and because he speaks German, I thought I was going to surprise him on the trip. You know, I went on Duolingo, did a bunch of studying, and I got to Germany, got to like practice the whole thing. Got to Switzerland, I was like, oh, this is it. And I was ready. I was like, I'm going to surprise my dad. I planned to get to his house, knock on the door. He was going to open it, be surprised, like, oh, Trevor. Then I'd be like, Papa, ich spreche Deutsch. He was going to be like, oh, ich liebe dich. Be like, die net am Pototo. It was going to be a whole thing. I had it all planned out. Didn't go according to plan. I got there. He was surprised. He was happy. But as soon as I spoke, I was like, Papa, ich spreche Deutsch. And he was like, don't do that. Don't do that, huh? No, don't do that. No. Learning German has been a weird journey for me. Because I want to speak it because most of my family speaks it on my dad's side. but I've learned a few things about my German which haven't been great. I was in Germany visiting some extended family in a place called Cologne. Beautiful city. If you've never been, you should go. Stunning, stunning place. And one of my friends, Rolf, was with me in the city, right? And so one day Rolf turns to me and he's like, Trevor, you know, today maybe we should go have a traditional German meal, yeah? You want to eat something traditionally German? Yeah, we're going to take you, okay? And I was like, oh, that sounds amazing, Rolf. What are we gonna have? He's like, okay, have you heard of Subway? So I don't think that's German, Rolf. He's like, nine, I'm just saying to understand the chain, right? Where you're going to be having the sandwiches and you're having the bread and you're choosing the toppings. I was like, yeah, no, Subway works, man. He's like, okay. So I want to take it to a German version, yeah? Better than that, better. Like with the best bread and the best meat, you have to go. And so he took me and he wasn't lying. And so we go to the sandwich shop. It's like 50 years old. Everything is in German. We walk in and I was like, oh, this is it. Might not be my dad's house, but this is where I can practice my German. And my friend Rolf looks at me, he's like, Trevor, would you like me to order? I was like, no, Rolf, I'll order the food. He's like, okay, you're going to buy the food? I was like, no, you're gonna buy, I just wanna order it. I just wanna practice my German. He's like, but they might not understand you, yeah? Because you know German can be different. I was like, yo, I got this, Rolf, I got this. So I walk up to the counter. The woman was really friendly as well. She's like, Guten Tag, kann ich dich helfen? And I was like, Guten Tag! Ich will ein Kleinbrotchen haben, bitte schön. Das schwarze Brotchen mit der Käse und das Schinken, bitte schön. Und gib für mich ein Pepsi Cola, danke. And she shat herself. I'll never forget the look in that woman's face. She was petrified. She stared at me and she was like, der schwarze Hitler. Which means the black Hitler. Yeah. The way I inflect on certain words has a certain Führer feeling to it, apparently. I was devastated. Rolf thought it was hilarious. The whole ride home, we're in the car, he's killing himself. Oh mein Gott, der schwarze Hitler. Oh, Trevor, can you imagine if Hitler was black? It totally wouldn't have worked, yeah? Like, Rolf, it's not that funny. I try to learn German to connect with my family, and now I sound like one of the worst human beings in history. He's like, yeah, but it was totally funny. You should have seen yourself. It's like you were about to invade the meat section. Oh, my God. Oh, you should have. I was like, Rolf, it's not cool, man. I'm in pain right now. He's like, calm down, Trevor, calm down, yeah? Indulge me meine Schadenfreude, okay? He actually taught me a new word that day. Yeah, never heard it before. Schadenfreude. German word. Schadenfreude. Right? It means to take great joy in the pain and suffering of others. Fun fact, that word was never translated into another language. I wonder why. Pretty insane word, right? Schadenfreude. Why would you want that? To indulge in others' pain and suffering. Why would you? You know, but then when I thought about it, I was like, it sounds terrible, but we all do it. Yeah, every single one of us in this room, we all experience Schadenfreude. You know? We all do. You know when you have Schadenfreude? It's when you're driving on the highway, yeah? And you're cruising along, everything's going well, and you look over on the other side, and the traffic is packed up. And you get that little feeling inside, like, I made the right choices in life. That's Schadenfreude. You know what Schadenfreude is? Schadenfreude is what happened when black women saw middle-aged white men crying after Disney said they were changing the Little Mermaid. That's Schadenfreude. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Grown men crying.
This is ruining my childhood. They changed the Little Mermaid. She looks nothing like the original.
Nothing? She looks nothing like the original? Really? Nothing? There is nothing that reminds you of the original Little Mermaid when you look at her. Nothing at all. You realize the only thing that changed is the color of her skin. This part of the color of her skin. The hair's red. The body is fish. That doesn't remind you of the Little Mermaid? That was the main thing that you recognized the Little Mermaid? Really? You know what Schadenfreude is? Schadenfreude is what everybody from Ireland and Kenya and Trinidad and Jamaica and South Africa and India all felt when the news came out and said, the royal family has bad news. Here's the thing people don't understand. People were like, no, are you laughing at this? Are you laughing at this? It's like, yes, first of all, but you're misunderstanding it, right? The royal family always gets sensitive about people responding to their bad news, but they don't seem to understand that's not really bad news. Every time the royal family wants us to feel sorry for them, is it really bad news? Huh? They'll be like, please, we ask you for your sympathy right now. We have lost Harry and Meghan. You've lost them? Like they're missing? No, no. Your favorite British couple has now become your favorite American couple. Oh, oh. The royal family has bad news. Is it bad news? Yes, it is. The Queen has died. Died of what? Finishing life. Are you kidding me? I'm not saying someone shouldn't grieve, but she finished life. Do you know how many human beings don't get to do that? She finished it. She died as queen. Died of what? Old age. That means you finished the game. Done. Credits are rolling. Buried with the jewels. Hashtag winning. You want the colonies to be sad? Those are their jewels. Africans were like, can we have our diamonds back? They're like, no, no, no. The queen takes them with her. You kidding me? People are like, well, I mean, this is not the time to be talking about her. You shouldn't be saying bad things about her. It's not, you shouldn't be speaking ill of the dead. No, that's exactly what you should do. Yeah, the perfect time to talk shit about people is when they're dead. All right? Can we agree on this in society? Maybe we should start being nicer to each other when we're alive, and let's talk shit when people die. All right? Do that for me, people. Do that. When I'm dead, say whatever you want about me. When you see me in the streets, just say hi. You know why? Because I'm gone. Like, oh, these people up there and they're dancing on her grave. Yeah, that's what graves are made for. That's why they made them flat. The whole point was that people could come and dance on them. Otherwise, they would have made them slanted so you would slide off. And even in that, the queen is winning. She's got some of the best dancers dancing on her grave. Huh? Could you imagine Africans coming in and they're just there, huh? Doing their thing. Then the Irish are like, we're up next. Hey, oh, save us some space on the grave. You've got the Indians coming in. Now it's our moment. Finally, everyone from the Caribbean, murder, she wrote. Give it up. One of my favorite things I used to love doing was watching horror movies and then judging people when they made stupid decisions. I love it. I watch horror movies, I wait for people to make stupid decisions, and then when they die, I'm like, you deserved it. Never makes sense. Never. You know, be someone being chased with like a guy in a mask and he's got a knife, right? Guy's walking, person runs to their car, they always fumble with the keys. Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing? If someone's chasing you with a knife and you get to a car, don't bother getting in, it's a waste of time. All you do is just run to this side of the car, and then you wait. They go that way, you go this way. They go that way, you go this way. Yeah, we can do this shit all day. People make the dumbest decisions in horror movies. I don't get it. My favorite is when people just have to hide. That's all they have to do. They just have to hide and shut up. For an hour and a half, they can't do it. Like in that movie, A Quiet Place. Have you watched that? One of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah? The one where the aliens, they don't see anything. They just use echolocation to figure out where everyone is. There's always the people hiding in the shed, just there like... You just have to be quiet. You can just chill. You don't just be there, chilling. You have to be sitting there playing Xbox quietly. No. There's always that baby. And there'll always be the moments where you can see the monster's given up. You know? The moment where the monster's like... And just as it's about to leave, just as it's about to go, there's always one idiot who jumps up like, I can't take it anymore! Come get me! Ah, dead. You deserved it. Because I never got it, right? I never understood. Why? All you have to do is wait. You just stay inside for long enough and the danger will subside. Why can't you do it? Why is it so hard to just stay inside? And then the pandemic hit. I was like, now I get it. Because we all hit our breaking point. Pandemic made people crazy. I thought we were all going to come together. That's what I believed. From all the movies I watched as a kid, I thought if humans were ever threatened with an existential threat, we would abandon every single fight we were having and we would come together to win. You know? I thought if that virus came, we'd all be there. We'd be like, all right, no more racism, no more sexism. Let's do this together. And we'd go and we'd defeat the enemy aliens and then we'd come back and be like, all right, let's get back to the racism and sexism. It's like an Independence Day. That's what happened, remember? Yeah, that's what I grew up watching. Everyone in the world came together to fight the aliens. We stopped all of our... There was no politics. There was no nothing. We unified and we won. And then in real life, what did? We fought each other and we lost. We were supposed to be a team. Will Smith was supposed to be our hero. None of it went as planned. I wonder if that's how the dinosaurs went out, you know? Maybe they just couldn't agree on anything. Maybe some warned the others. They were like, there's an asteroid coming down to Earth. Other dinosaurs were like, asteroids are not real. It's a hoax. That rock smashed into the planet. Dust covered the globe. All the dinosaurs were running around in panic. Ah, the dust is everywhere. Wear a mask, wear a mask. The T-Rex was like, I can't.